And we are back. Week 3. Here we go. Heat of the week. Game of the week. Highlights. You know, the usual. That's what we do. All right, let's kick it off. We got Berg and Tommy here. A little unconventional game. A classic. El Clasico, if you will. We got... the theme of the game is that you have to have one usually useless move per Pokemon. So, as we see here, Gudra has already shown Mudshot. So we're just going to play this out, see how we go. Alright, Ogerpon comes in on an Acid Spray. Defiant proc. Yup. Oh yeah, it's looking bad for Berg. It's looking real bad. Probably should have just went for the Sludge Bomb. That's alright. Giga Impact! Does a fat 42%. This is a max Fizdef Cobalion that, even if that was max attack, it's probably still living, but just awesome to see. Awesome stuff here. Alright, so we're going to fast forward here just a little bit. Alright, Lando comes in, gets some chip on Primarina, which pops off a Hydro Cannon. Let's go. This game was so stupid, I loved it. Alright, Berg with the Swagger, Mirror Herb, Grimmsnarl. Perfectly timed too. On the recharge turn, he can't switch out. He's not worried about giving this an attack boost. It's not faster than him. He's good. Easy KO. Yeah, it's looking real good. Even though he's down a lot of mons, he can Sucker Punch. Now here, the Metal Claw is so perfect for this. If Berg had Drain Punch over Crunch and just used Sucker Punch as Dark Stab this week, obviously hindsight's 2020. You can't predict what's coming. You kind of wanted the Crunch for the Glow King, so you're not trying to Sucker Punch while it's chilly receptioning or whatever. I get it. But if it was a Drain Punch in this situation, I think Berg just won, assuming he could outplay the Sucker Punches and everything. But yeah, Sucker Punch did 66 to cure him. That's so stupid. And then Palafin, the Berg special. You guys know what's coming. Specs Boom Burst. We're back. We're so back. And Palafin actually lives this. Unfortunately, though, Glow King is too naturally bulky. And then Tommy went for the flex play, clicking the usually useless move in Snarl. And, yeah, he could have went for any other attacking move that had 100% accuracy, but I respect it. Went for the Snarl and got the kill. Alright, E versus Ty here. We're going to see turn 7. You're going to see a theme of the week. Honestly, theme of the season. Manual Weather from Unconventional Setters. Sunny Day off of Mandibuzz. Yeah, probably the last mon you would ever expect to see running that. Let's see. We're just going to fast forward here. This was a very conventional game. A lot of bulky pivots. Really well played overall. I just wanted to kind of go into depth a little bit with another game for the game of the week. But yeah, here, turn 33. This is the reason the Sunny Day's up. Yeah, you see that, right? 33 to a Jirachi. That's a spec Solar Beam if I've ever seen one. Also, E forgetting how to Terra with his Whimsicott into Terra Steel in front of the Jirachi is hilarious. Not punished in the sense that he didn't get parried or whatever. Not that Steel would have saved you, but it would have saved you a little bit of help for the end game here. As we can see, we finally get the Terra on Whimsicott. You know, it would be, I don't know, 55% or whatever. Potentially able to live something from a Kilowattrel. Potentially. You know, Moonblast is cleaning up from here. So if he had that health, I don't know exactly if he could live that from a Kilowattrel or not, but could have been a little optimization there. But yeah, that was a really, really good game. That was a really fun one to watch. Alright, Joe and Demo. Here we go, turn 7. Just going to play this one out. Final Gambit. Let's go. Adult Gone picking up one, taking itself. Alright, following it right back up. Vaporeon comes back out. Yeah, it looks okay, as long as Raging Bolt doesn't come out. Looks pretty good. Alright, Sneasler, no worries. U-turns out into Raging Bolt. And we see the copycat Vaporeon trying to catch the final Gambit and claim another kill, but Unfortunately, just gets momentum. That way Meowscarada can pick this up. And then boom, turn 10, Scarf Sneasler. Yup. Never would have expected a Scarf Sneasler. Alright, just going to fast forward here. Okay, next turn. We got the Scarf Sneasler locked into Dire Claw. Oh, what is that? It's a Scarf Deoxys Speed. Yeah, the budget Regieleki. Super cool set. Unfortunately, Aqua Step would have needed to crit to kill at this range, so Joe kind of had to go for the knockoff, which looks okay on paper, assuming this Vaporeon is slower than Quaquaval. But it's Scarf. Yep, trying to get the Scarf copycat Final Gambit. Honestly, you know, in hindsight, had he just hard switched to Raging Bolt and not allowed the U-turn up and Vaporeon went down, potentially there's an endgame where, you know, Quack lives a Psychic from Deoxys and is able to win. You know, it's kind of a little funny rink-a-dink we could have done there. But yeah, absolute heat sets right there. All right, Nathan and Tan. This play right here, turn 9, facing down a Hisuian Samurott, Iron Hands, goes for the Earthquake and catches the Gengar. Little unfortunate on the Curse Body, not that it matters that Breloom came in because you're not clicking the Earthquake, but yeah, big balls play, went for the EQ, took it out. Now, this is just a turn. I don't want to break down the full game, but at this point, we got a lot of chip on Bronzong. Donphan's still healthy. Big hitters are still healthy. Iron Hands is very chipped down. Mola's healthy. So you don't have your good Steel type switching for Latios anymore, right? So anytime Latios is coming in, it's probably claiming something. I'm kind of surprised that Latios didn't come in on the Iron Hands. You know, in my opinion, that seemed like a pretty free move. But because Breloom came in, this was a pretty free Spore. In my opinion, I would have went into Bronzong here because at 14%, it's not really doing a whole lot. Obviously, you guys can't see it because it's cropped out, but the Light Clay was knocked off. It was a Screens Bronzong, so it wasn't getting like recovery or anything. I guess a Wish could have been passed into it from Malamomola, but at this point, looking at Tan's team, I'm probably just sacking Bronzong here, or at least letting that be my sleep fodder. That way he can't put anything else to sleep with Sleep Claws. Unfortunately, Enamorus went to sleep, and that is going to enable... Yep, right here. Wellspring Ogerpon's coming in, and it's not going to leave the field. Alamomola is very passive, especially into physical attackers. You can Scald and try to burn them, but of course, facing down something with Water Absorb, that's not really an option, unfortunately. And, yeah, so a little Rocky Helmet Chip. But Ogerpon's not threatened, so we can get off the SD. And that was all she wrote. Yeah, Ogerpon put in work this week. Yeah, no, I mean, it was a really good matchup into Nathan's team as well, so I don't really fault them for that. But yeah, GG's. Sick Ogerpon sweep. Let's go over to Dodge and Graham. What is that? Is that the second week that we see a Screens Magnezone? It only takes 29 from a close combat. Oh, that's awesome. That is just awesome. All right. Going on here. Let me find the turn. Yep. Next turn. Here we go. White Herb Overheat. Absolute gas. Because rocks aren't up. Honestly, into Dodge, you can kind of expect that. Because Cinderace is just going to be hazard control. And he's probably not going to want to flip hazards back on his end. But, you know, that's the risk you got to take sometimes. Alright, White Herb Overheat looking chillin' in front of the Cinderace. However, this is no item. Libero Flying Acrobatics. Going a Volcarona. Volcarona looked really, really good into Dodge's team too. Obviously, you're not really worried about dying in any one hit there, because how can you predict this is no item Libero Acrobatics? But yeah, Dodge made a beautiful call, got rid of probably the biggest threat to his team. And let me see what turn we got to go up to here. Oh yeah, right here. Turn 9. That's a Specs Pecharunt. 88% to a Slowbro Galarian. And 28% pretty well into a really bulky Hydrapple too. Without status. So let's go ahead here. 13. Oh. Yeah, like I said, theme of the week. Manual weather setters from mons you wouldn't expect it from. Sunny Day Metacross. Probably here just to enable the Roaring Moon, if I had to guess. Also boosts Pyro Balls, unfortunately. Alright, let's fast forward here. Turn 20. Oh yeah, you thought one unconventional screen setter was on the team? How about two? Not ready for that. Yep. Reflect. And then really good play catching the T-Wave here. You know, yeah, Electros makes a little bit of sense coming in, but you're also not too pressured by it, having a Pecharunt, and you see it's physical. So, and you have Reflect up anyway. So really free T-Wave there. And then let's just fast forward here. And we have the cleaner Pecharunt. Now that Roaring Moon is paralyzed, it is slower. It's taking more from Hex. That's a 2-hit KO. Unfortunate para. However, I don't believe that the combo of Hydrapple and Roaring Moon would be able to take out Enamorus anyway. So, would have saved some differential. But, yep, that's all she wrote. GG's. Absolute gas with the Specs Pecharunt. Alright. Don, Cordell, Terra Fairy Gligar, Earthquake into the Empoleon switch. Great play, by the way. But you might need to call an ambulance for yourself. That's a weakness policy, Empoleon. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Just watch how much this Flash Cannon does to a Scissors. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Alright, let's fast forward here. Oh, Terra Electric Mesprit in front of a Thundy. Looking a little scary. Getting the Calm Minds up. So we were watching this game live and we were like, okay, well, yeah, Hyper Voice goes through the sub because it's a sound move, but I'm just getting another Calm Mind here and then getting my damage afterwards. And that's what Don does. However, it's a Roar for Rigorath. Just absolutely beautiful prep. Not that that was something you expected in the team builder, but it came in clutch. Alright, let's see here. Go forward to turn 16, and we see a pretty safe swap to Mesprit. However, we have our third manual weather setter of the week. Thundy makes a little bit more sense having Prankster, but yeah, that one's still pretty funny to me. Alright, let's go forward here. And finally, we get the U-turn from the Lando for a Giraffe. And somehow, this Urshifu lives the Hyper Voice. This is actually so clutch, because as we will see here, Don's going to have enough sacks for the Specs Darkrai, right? He can sack Empoleon there, come into Scarf Lando, pressure it out, and then he can go into Urshifu, which, you know, like, obviously it's getting chip on the Gouging Fire, which is huge for Spectre, but really it's just another piece to allow him to not have to lose to Darkrai. Darkrai needs some chip for Draining Kiss to kill, or a lot of boosts from Spectre to get up to that level. So yeah, having that piece to be able to get this chip on Gouging Fire is so good. So yeah, Darkrai gets the kill here, and it unfortunately, at that range, would have died to a Draining Kiss. So you do have to sack something. However, every time you sack something, Spectre is going to get stronger, and it has Calm Mind as well. It's the last mon, can't get roared out. And this is just a proper Spectre sweep. So, glad we got to finally see that. I had it all last season and didn't get one of these nice little satisfactions. But yeah, let's go on to me versus MJC. I feel like every time we play, it's just like a timeless battle. You know, we bring some really good sets into each other and just play, you know, really fun games. So I want to break this down just a little bit more. Looking at the teams here, I brought a pretty offensive team. I do have a very defensive Zapdos and Uxie, and I have like max HP Assault Vest Hoopa. Pretty bulky, great Tusk, but overall, like, the team's pretty offensive. It's really just to enable Ogerpon into MJC's team, because Ogerpon obviously has a really good matchup into these 6, but it also had a really good matchup into the 4 that he didn't bring. So I wasn't like too worried about getting Ogerpon its kills. It was more so just facilitating enough chip to get it in safely. And you'll kind of see how I play here, where I'm very, I don't know, I'm pretty liberal with how quickly I'm sacking stuff. So I lead Inteleon here, mostly to prevent rocks. I'm okay if rocks go up, like realistically, because I do have spin on Tusk, but I need a lot of chip, or I need as much health as I can. If that gets chipped down, like a Specs Chi-Yu, a Nasty Plot Chi-Yu, that's going to be a real problem into me, especially if I don't have like ogerpon set up already. So yeah, I lead that. That way I can like get a taunt up, maybe just get my screens up. Well, he leads Vikavolt. I can't risk staying in here. And then he goes for the mid-ground energy ball to try to catch like a great Tusk. You know, Zapdos is definitely in consideration as well, because Hoopa's pretty good with AV. It can live a hit after Terra from like Chi-Yu or Golden Go. But yeah, it was here for this too, so that was alright. I went ahead and knocked it off. I expected, since it attacked turn 1, that it wouldn't Sticky Web. I'm not too crazy worried about Sticky Webs as long as Chi-Yu isn't Nasty Plot. But it's definitely annoying, because now it's going to really force Great Tusk to come in. He can possibly go Golden Go to block the spin, yada yada. So yeah, definitely not like my greatest play. So yeah, I just go for the Shadow Ball here, get my chip, take a little bit from a T-Bolt. I went Terra Fighting because that was a better answer than Terra Fairy into Chi-Yu, just to have like super effective coverage for it. Terra Fairy, however, would have been nice when there's a Specs Tinted Lens Yanmega packing Air Slash right there. So I go into Zapdos here. Obviously, I don't see the speed boost, so I don't know what is going through my mind. Clearly, it's Tinted Lens. I think I was trying to just force it out, and then I would get a free U-turn here. Because obviously, like, yes, it's going to do a lot with an Air Slash into me, but it's not going to kill, even with Tinted Lens and Specs. So I figured he probably would have wanted to save this, especially with the webs up. But he goes for the Terra Ground, thinking I'm going for the electric move, which then I have to go into Uxie here. He's definitely locked into Air Slash. I kind of determined that from how much damage I was taking from it. So Uxie's fine here. I can get my rocks up. He doesn't have any removal. And my removal is Rapid Spin, so like once my rocks go up, they're up for the rest of the game. So that was definitely a priority of mine, especially for the Chi-Yu. Would have loved to get a little chip on it, but 'tis what it is. So I'm going to save this, go ahead and sack my Zapdos, and I see its Flame Charge, and in my mind I'm like, oh, I'm about to get Urshifu Rapid Striked again. It just got 6 kills against me last week, and now Flame Charge Nasty Plot Chi-Yu is just going to kill me. Especially with webs up, right? Okay, so I go into Tusk here. I'm AV. He is not boosted. I saw that he just killed me. We're chilling. I can get a Rapid Spin off here. I don't have to predict the Golden Go either, because if Golden Go comes in, that's fine. I'm just going to knock it off the following turn. Chi-Yu's not at plus speed. It's going to have to take rocks the next time it comes in. Really not too worried about it. And as you can see from the overheat there, I live. We're good. Get rid of that. Alright. And I make a double here into Inteleon, which obviously looks amazing on paper, having a Regirock come in. I don't know exactly what I was expecting. Possibly another overheat to try to clean up Tusk. I could live that when it's at -2. He could go Yanmega on me, and then I would just be faster. That'd be fine. I can get like a screen up or something. Well, now that Great Tusk is weak, I can't risk letting him get rocks up, because I need my Ogerpon as healthy as possible, and you're going to see that's really important later on. So I just go for the taunt, and he makes a good play. He just goes for the attack. Fair enough. I wasn't like too worried at this point. I really just thought Ogerpon had it in the bag, considering I had rocks up, and right now I can get a screen up and I'll be good. However, like thinking back at it, I could have just killed the Rhyperior here with Inteleon and possibly set up Ogerpon in front of something else that wouldn't hit it with a super effective move, and I would still have screens up, like a Golden Go, for example, right? So I should have just went for the kill, but I was getting greedy, wanted to kind of stat pad my Ogerpon, so I just threw up a Reflect. I know as long as he doesn't crit a Stone Edge here, I can get an SD off. I go for the SD, fingers crossed, perfect. 1 in 8 didn't happen. And then I go for the Trailblaze, because Trailblaze kills Rhyperior +2 at that point. Do I need to? Yeah, if he stays in and just sacks it, I look like an idiot going for the Ivy Cudgel. However, it was really, really obvious that he wasn't just going to let me Horn Leech, right? If I go for the Ivy Cudgel here, it's over. You know, that's it. I'm faster than everything barring a Scarf Golden Go, which I haven't seen yet, so that could definitely come out, but I'm faster than these top three. Yeah, hindsight, like, Ivy Cudgel probably was pretty obvious that he would have saved this. But, you know what? Go for the Trailblaze, can't change the past. Only do 45 to Clefable, which I don't think triggered in MJC's mind at this point specifically that I actually have Mold Breaker on Ogerpon. It's its only ability, but he was packing Unaware Clefable, which would make a logical switch in to a +2 attack Mon, right? But yeah, I do 45, great chip. However, that is a red card Clefable. I thought I lost right here. I really did. I was in shambles. So Great Tusk gets pulled out, which does not want to be in front of Clef. Not at all. But I don't have a way to stop a Soft Boiled here, right? And that's kind of what I need, because I don't really think I'm going to get another SD opportunity with Ogerpon. So I go into Uxie here to catch the Moonlight. Oh yeah, it's Moonlight, not Soft Boiled. Anyway, I Encore into that to allow me to get a free switch in. Thinking back on it, I probably didn't need to right away, right? I probably could go for the knockoff right here, because if he's going to keep Moonlighting and never switching, I can just Encore as soon as it's over. If I go for the knockoff, though, I'm going to get enough chip, especially on a Yanmega, that I can Trailblaze and end up killing with a better roll than I actually did in the game. But I get a little greedy again. I just go into Ogerpon because I know it's free. He can't attack me there. And I go for the Trailblaze. Ivy Cudgel and Trailblaze had the same percentage to kill at this, which was only 25%. So I got exceedingly lucky this game. If I didn't kill right there, I just lose to Bug Buzz. Yanmega cleans up the rest of the game. But I go for the Trailblaze just in case it is Scarf Golden Go. Then I'm okay. And I was looking at a bunch of coverage moves that Clefable had, and actually nothing killed me at 24%, unless he was very, very offensively invested. But if he was, he would have taken a lot more from that Trailblaze originally, and been at a lower percent here. So yeah, I just go for the Sword Stance because I know he can't really do anything to me at this point, and I see the Cosmic Power. And honestly, I'm still not that worried about it, because he didn't boost his special attack, and Stored Power not being Stab at this point is still weaker than a Moonblast, which I already calced that I would live the turn before. So I can go for Ivy Cudgel no matter what he goes for here. We're good. And obviously didn't recognize from the Trailblaze originally that I was Mold Breaker, and went for another Cosmic Power, which I can actually end up powering through. So yeah, that was it from Ogerpon here. I was bringing Stomping Tantrum for like a Rotom too, just in case like Trailblaze wasn't killing or whatever. But yeah, GG's MJC. That absolute nail biter. I mean, I know it ended up being a 3-0, but like Uxie wasn't doing crap to anything. It was going to lose to Golden Go. It was going to lose to Chi-Yu. It was going to lose to Yanmega. And then 24%, 35% Great Tusk. Like, my guys weren't doing anything unless I got that 25% chance to kill. So definitely the most impactful turn of the game. The red card was amazing prep. Really, really good. If I went for the Ivy Cudgel there and called that he wasn't going to stay in with Rhyperior, that would have been crazy. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Got the dub. Can't complain about it. And then let me see here. I am going to pause this for a second. No, you know what? We're just going to do it live. We're doing it live, boys. Here we go. Standings, kill leaders, display capture. There we go. Perfect. All right, so Joe and Cordell leading the league. I mean, just look at how evenly balanced this is. Top 9 are all 2-1, right? Like, if you're in last place, you're only 2 games back. Nobody's undefeated. We got Palafin leading the kill leaderboard with Darkrai right behind it, per differential. My boy Ogerpon Hearthflame, he's there. But yeah, we got a lot of heavy hitters in the kill leaders this season. Not many Terra captains up there, though. You know, you got Aggie, Delphox, any other ones? Veluza, yep. So we got 3 Terra captains up there. Kind of the nature of having low-tier Terra captains. They're not going to be as dominant in the kill leaders list as they were last season, having all those expensive mons. But yeah, that's the week 3 highlights. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the Discord. Peace.